Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. I hope you can hear me, guys. Please show me some emojis if you can hear me. Mm, welcome so much to this. I would love to say like a virtual tea or coffee meetup, uh, planned by Nuru Jamii, hosted by Kevin and Mercyline. Just a small intro. My name is Margaret Wamaitha Mwirigi, founder of Nuru Jamii Kenya. 2 weeks ago, we had a portfolio boot camp. We had the Brand Advantage Bootcamp, and one of the things that we focused on was portfolio creation. And Kevin was among the members who showcased their portfolio. And for the past 2 weeks, he's been building his portfolio and also helping his peers. And we had like a conversation with him and Mercy, and we saw like it's nice to have like support, because I know like building a portfolio, it's not easy. Sometimes you can get stuck. Sometimes you need support from your friends or peers. Sometimes you don't even have support. Like sometimes working remotely is not that easy. That's why we came up with this virtual coffee tea meetup. And feel free, it's no pressure. You can switch on your camera. Let's talk. Let's share our experiences. Yeah. So before I hi Rodrigo. Before I welcome Kevin and Mercyline, I would love to I would love to welcome our community engagement lead. Hi Angela, please say something, tell something to our people. My accent though, guys, I'm sorry. Please say something to our people before we dive in.
I wasn't expecting to speak today, but you had to do that. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all good. I am so happy to be here, at least not hosting, so it feels better to be on the other side. And I'm so happy and impressed by what you're doing. And all I can say is keep on doing this. And we are really glad to be part of this. So thank you so much for inviting us.
Okay, over to you, Mercyline. We need to see you. Where are you, girl? You and Kevin, and then we can start.
Hi guys, welcome to this session.
Put
I know you.
your camera on, please. We are
Oh
not
my
accepting
God.
apologies.
Okay. Kevin, proceed as I tune in with my camera.
Sorry, I was speaking and my camera was just my audio was off. So, hello guys. As you've heard, my name is Kevin, or as you've seen from the screen, my name is Kevin. Um, I don't really know how to introduce myself. I mostly what I do is just keep talking and never care about if anybody knows my name. So, my name is Kevin. I'm a Salesforce developer, administrator for now, but I'm looking to become a developer. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for taking this time to be here. I know we have a very busy schedule and we are here today. Oh, big up to my friend. I'm going to mention a friend I invited over to this meeting, and I'm seeing she's really doing those emoji things. She's called I call her Ntambi. She's from South Africa. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you are going to learn something from this presentation that we're going to be having today. I'm so glad that we're here, and I really hope that some of you guys can invite your friends over and let's see what we can do today. I don't have much to say for now. I'll be presenting in a few, so let me just save my breath and have my water around. Just keep your water around. Your internet should be straight, and be ready to follow along. If I really suggest that whatever you are doing today, we are going to be following along because it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Mercy.
Yeah, thank you for that. So my name is Mercyline, for those who don't know me yet. I'm a Salesforce developer. I work with Salesforce. 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 I'm a Salesforce I'm happy to be here with courtesy of Nuru Jamii Kenya. So we've been working with our team on our portfolios, and I'm very happy that 50% of our team is here today to support the others. So Kevin will be taking us through, but we'll be here to support him as well. I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much, Angela and Margaret. Yes.
Thank you.
I'm now forced to share my face with you guys. I'm very shy, so bear with me in case I, go back to the screens. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So before Kevin, you proceed, maybe we have a couple of people here. I just want to recognize Rodrigo. Rodrigo has been supportive since day one. So thank you so much for always supporting us. And we are so glad to see you here and even learn from you. So feel free to just advise us on anything that you can. Thank you. Yeah, Kevin, you have your time.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really hope that there's no background music coming from my area because my area is a bit ghetto. So, um, so what you're going to be doing today, I really, whenever I'm going to be doing something with somebody, I usually appreciate to have like kind of an overview of what I expect at the end of it. So, okay, it's not going to be exactly what I'm going to show you guys, but I want to show you my portfolio, and I can show you some of the few features that I have there. And then now, once you've seen that, we are going to try to build something. It doesn't necessarily need to look the same. We are going to, like, first of all, this session is going to use a lot of AI. So if you don't know how to code and you don't know anything about coding, we're going to walk through it together. Don't panic, don't worry. And in this world that we have very powerful AI, you should not be struggling with any task. It's good to know what you're doing, but still, sometimes you can get by with just basic knowing how to use AI. And so I'm going to take this chance, maybe just to share my screen, show you guys what we expect to build. Oh, not exactly what you expect to build, but something that I built using the same skills that we're going to be sharing. So let me just share my screen. I walk you through my current portfolio, which may look very different tomorrow in the morning when you wake up, because you get inspiration. You sometimes you're walking along the road and you look at something and you're like, I should do something like that on my portfolio. Then you like ideas attack you any minute. So whenever you get an idea, just get a few minutes, do it, implement. So currently sharing my screen, and okay, I have a lot of things to say and I don't know how to present things. So you guys are going to bear with me if I keep switching between topics, because I saw this and I kept it there intentionally because I want to say something about domains, because we are not supposed to use this to log in to what we are going to log in. ADHD, sorry. I was saying I'm going to present my portfolio. So let me just show you guys. I walk you through what we expect to build. It's not going to, your portfolio is not going to look exactly like this. It's going to be something better or something a bit crude for a start, but we always start somewhere. Yeah, I've been working on this for a few, let me say, cumulative of like 6 hours, because you work for it, or you work on it for like 20 minutes, then you disappear for like 3 days, you come back again, you do something small. So don't worry if your portfolio will be stuck on a specific place for a while before it's finalized. So this is my homepage, and another thing that I can say is before this meeting, I had a meeting with the ALX team. They were going to review portfolios. Unfortunately, you guys did not show up, so they gave me a few things that I should change on my portfolio. And when we are going to be walking through the other one, I'll really suggest the changes that they said to me. For example, this is going to be like when you first log into my page, this is what you're going to see, and they're suggesting that maybe you talk more about this or explain something about that, but we'll go there. So this is what you expect. You are going to have a section like this, and this is very confusing because once you get here, you want to click on this play button, but unfortunately it doesn't work. I'll figure that. That's one of the things that they said I was given as a review to think about it, because as a user, and it's very interesting to know that when somebody else sees your portfolio, they have a different perspective of what they expect. Because yeah, for me, when I was building this, I was like, this is going to just trick you to stay here. And then I was thinking that you'll just think about, let me just click this button. But unfortunately, if you are here, you want to click on this button and see something. So we'll also talk about that later. And so your portfolio, I think one thing you should always consider is the fact that somebody will have a few seconds to look at what you've done. So make sure that your homepage is quite interesting, or maybe has some information that is more important to you, or some information that you think your recruiter or a potential recruiter would really want to see. Because when somebody first opens this page, they'll see, okay, I have a about me page, this, but they'll want to scroll. Then they keep scrolling. By the time they get to some point, they're like, they have forgotten what they saw up there. So they'll just get to the bottom and then exit. So they might not get a chance to go to the other pages. So try to find a way that you can have some of your strong skills, or some of the strong things that you really want them to see on the homepage, the landing page, if you will. So this landing page is you try to retain the person as much as possible. So that's why you're going to have some few things that are here, and not necessarily in detail, but you can maybe add links to those things to direct them to a different page. For example, for this experience trail, one of the reviews that I was given is to maybe, because these are not as detailed as much, I can have maybe a way to link them to maybe get my portfolio, my real CV. So maybe I have a button around somewhere here where it says download my CV, because maybe they've seen, yeah, I think this experience is good, but is it what is on the CV? So maybe a button to show download CV. And then so for what I was going to achieve here is just a brief overview of what I've done, who I am, like what you've seen here, my name, what I do, and maybe my location. And then this part came a bit later on. I'll explain why. And then at the end, or at this point, I was trying to have like what I said. You want your landing page to have a bit more of yourself, because you don't really expect this person to have a lot of time to go through all the pages, or through all the other pages that you have. Maybe I have a projects page, contact me page, about me page. People don't have patience. It's similar to when you're scrolling on TikTok. You just scroll. You don't give the guy who took some time to create that video like 5 seconds to impress you or to do something. You just scroll until you see something that captures your attention very fast. And then now you can watch that video. So it's the same thing that you're going to try to achieve on your landing page. Try to capture that person's attention for a while, and so this is what I was trying to achieve. Maybe some of the certifications, and one review was try to have something that looks like Salesforce. Maybe you can use that icon that comes with the Salesforce administrator certificate. Have it here instead of these cartoons that I have here. So that's one thing that we are trying to change. And then there's this tab that talks about maybe my educational background. I decided to have maybe my bachelor's degree and my KCSS certificate, because that is what is like, that's what looks important to me at this point. Because you don't need to tell somebody I was in some primary school in some village. I don't feel like it's relevant. And then there's this thing that I thought of later on. I was scrolling through my LinkedIn, and I saw that place where they say endorsements. Is it endorsements or recommendations, something like that? And I figured, how about if I have this on my profile, and then I can use I can reach out to friends and then tell them, do you feel like you can endorse me, or just write something down that I can use on my portfolio? And full discussion, these things were not said by these people. I just decided these people can say these nice things about me. So I was like, this guy is my friend. I know you can say something nice about me. So I put these words in your mouth and I put them on my portfolio, because I know if they call you and ask you, you'll say it's true. And okay, there's this also, this side, this sidebar, where I was trying to have my tech stack for those people who are maybe developers or something. You've seen something like this before. So you try to say, in terms of Salesforce, how good am I at Salesforce automation, flow automation? How good am I at Sales Service Cloud? How good am I at web development, or whatever you do? Like, now you'll take this, then you transfer it into your field, like whatever you're doing, like the skills that you need to have in your current profession or something. But since we are talking about Salesforce, I figured I could talk about things that are relevant. For example, something like this. If you want to do something like this, you can talk about maybe Service Cloud, Sales Cloud, Education Cloud, Health Cloud, anything, and then keep some percentages that are generous to yourself. Then yeah, basically that's what I did. I'm a programmer, so I mentioned some things that are relevant to Salesforce, Apex, and maybe SQL. These are things that are. Oh, this was supposed to be something like Java, because Java and Apex are related. And then yeah, that's basically it. Then we are going to build a footer. This footer is going to be reused on all your pages. So you can build something simple, or you can build something that is elaborate, that has some of the links to your other sites, your website, your LinkedIn, your GitHub, anything that you feel like is relevant to you, and maybe something like your number or something. So this is going to be something very random. We are going to be using AI to build this, so it's going to be random. So whenever you need to add something, you just prompt your AI to do something that you feel like you want to do. So let's not talk much about my portfolio. There are other pages like where I talk about myself. You see something like, this is what I do, and I repeated some of the things because I knew you may have not seen it on the homepage, which I've been advised to repeat information in different pages. And then I'm not going to go into detail about that. There's also this project tab, which is the one thing I'm most proud of about my portfolio, because that's why I have this link. So I said I'll talk about this later. So don't just read the specs, what's the impact. Then when you click on this button, apparently people want to click on this button, but this is what you're supposed to click on. This is my work, so you do what I decided you'll do. You click on this, it takes you to my projects tab, because you remember when I said you need to have these people see whatever you feel like it is important for you. So it says on the landing page, or you just find a way to make them go to the page that you want them to see. So on my project, I've been given some few ideas also to improve on this. When you get here, you don't need to read all this first. You need to know why I decided to do this. So why did I decide to do that? I had a problem. I had a challenge. So one of the suggestion is, get this challenge, bring it up here, so that when somebody comes, they see, okay, I automated this. And why did I automate? I had this challenge. That was a problem to me when I was building a project. And then my solution, what kind of impact did my solution have? This is the impact that it had. So I'm going to do the same for all of these pages. If you have projects, it's going to be nice, because you're going to do as I've been advised. We are going to try to recreate that if we'll have the time. So that's the projects page. I have a contact me page. This is basically where okay. I'll mention something very important on this page, which is try to capture somebody's attention using maybe some colors that shout. For example, anybody who can say something on this page. What is the first thing that you notice? Okay, just anybody randomly on the chat. Okay, you can just speak up, because I don't want to open this, because if I open this and then go back, there'll be this floating thing that I hate closing every now and then. So anybody, let me just zoom in, and we are going to, like, what is the first thing that you, okay, what are the first things that you notice on this page? Somebody who can just speak up and say something. Let me zoom in, and let's get something. I want to try to be as practical as possible. So just one person. You guys, are you here? I'm speaking to myself.
Yeah.
So
I think it's the initialized discussion. I think that's a button.
Yes.
Yeah, the button. Yeah, something else. Okay, just anything on this page. Mention anything on this page. Anyone?
Mine is initialized discussion and maybe your email, because it's green and the others are white. Yeah.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is, okay, it's that's actually fine. That's the best thing that you guys are saying. So do you realize that this one is the first thing you notice, because that color that has the contrast and everything. But then automatically your eyes will go to this part where you go. You see some of the details, like how to directly access me. You have my email, you have my number, and you have where I am from. And that's because of this background color. It makes this part really stand out. You understand? So so that's what we are going to try and replicate for some of these portfolios. We are going to use standing colors that are shouting to just capture somebody's attention. Because when you come to this page, in as much as you want to read all this white text and this gray something, the first thing you'll notice is this one. And then maybe you'll be like, okay, there's an email. No, sorry, there's an email that is here. So what can I do? Maybe there's a number. So you can just see Nairobi, email, and my number. So that's what's most important on my contact me page. Now I'm done talking about this thing, and it's not final. It's always going to be changing because you wake up with some new inspiration every day. Like yesterday, I saw somebody's portfolio. I think it was Brand, and I really liked his contact me page, and I was thinking of implementing the same thing here. He had a chatbot that is going to help you. I think it was supposed to help you like create a case or something. So I'm thinking of maybe having a chatbot because it's going to communicate to a potential employer that you know how to integrate AI in whatever you do. For example, another place I can integrate AI on this page is this one. Instead of having a video that I've created myself, I can use AI to generate a video and then use that video here. And somebody who will clearly click on this button will hear that that's not my voice, that's not me. They'll be sure that that's not me, and I've generated it using AI. And immediately you know that I can work. I know how to use AI to do things. If I can generate a video using AI, I can do anything else with AI. So those are some of the reviews that I got from the previous meeting that I was in, and I'm giving you a rough idea of what we expect to do today. So let's get to it. First of all, you need to be logged into your org, and I really struggled with this a while back. Now notice that this domain is something like an apartment manager or something. So, and I want to log into my portfolio, which looks like something like this. So this is like the URL that I need to log in. So, for example, I was here and I haven't noticed that is the domain that is up there, and this is the one that I'm supposed to use to log in. But then, for example, I was here and I'm aware that I'm supposed to log into my portfolio, and my portfolio is using this one. So this one targets this URL, but then here I'm targeting another URL. So that's why if the password is right, the username is right, the password is right, but if I click login, it should not log in. Why? I'm targeting a different URL. This is something that is that's why I really had to mention this. Most of us go to reset our passwords because of this. You realize that you're targeting a different URL and you're trying to log into a different org. So this org is supposed to target this URL, and then this org is supposed to target this URL. So if I wanted to log into this, my username that I usually go to is this one. So the username and password, they are right. If I click login, it will log in. I don't want to log in, but then I'm trying to log into this, the one that has my portfolio. This one, this one. So I don't know if the password is okay, but if I click login, it won't log in. But then if I maybe get this part and copy it and paste to the other side, it will work. But then again, not all the time you will be able to access this one. So to be easy, whenever you're trying to log into a page, just make sure that you are on this URL, login.salesforce, this one. Yeah. So when you're on this URL, it's you can log into any org that you want. For example, if I want to log into this one, I can still use the login.salesforce. If I wanted to log in to the other one that has apartment manager or something, you can just use still you can just use this login.salesforce. I'm sorry guys, I'm talking about things that are not related to your portfolio and I'm taking a lot of time, but this is going to be important because sometimes you go to change your password and then you are told that you cannot use the same old password as the new password. So that's the issue that you maybe have not noticed, but thank me guys for noticing it for you guys. So I'm going to log into this one, and when you see this green dot, it means you are logged in somewhere else. So for example, let me yeah. So yeah, that green is showing because I am logged in on the same browser, just a different instance, but I'm logged in on the same browser. That's why it has that green thingy. So if I log out on this side, I don't know if let me just log out and then you'll see what I'm talking about. If I say what. These are small things that they'll help you save a lot of time trying to reset password and do things. So you see that green dot is gone. So whenever you're on this page and you see a green dot somewhere, it means you're logged in somewhere else. So you can just log out or whatever. Just know that you're logged in somewhere else. So we want to log into this one. So I'll click on this. Notice the URL is login.salesforce. Then click on this one. And then now, if I use the same thing, I'm not even going to type the password. You remember the other time it failed, but this time it succeeded because now it targeted the right URL. So whenever you're trying to log into your Salesforce, remember, use login.salesforce. Is that okay? Nice. I won't see your responses right now. So sorry guys. Okay. So one thing I'm going to do is we are going to go to my setup. Okay. Sorry, I used this thing for another project. So nice. Now the first thing that you want to do, if you are new to this, you need to enable digital experience. Now, let me explain. You want to create a portfolio that is automatically deployed, and you don't need to buy a custom domain. You don't need to pay for anything, for hosting, for anything. Salesforce already is hosting something on your behalf. Now, the first thing you need to do is enable that thing that is hosting things, like it's hosting websites. To enable that, you need to enable digital experience. Digital experience is where Salesforce are trying to, like, if you have a customer portal, you're going to use experience site. Experience site, that is digital experience. So you are supposed to search for this digital experience. For somebody who has not enabled this, you will not see all these options. You'll see just, I think, 1 or 2 options. So just click on one of the options. I think it's the second one that says digital experience. Then you'll be able to enable digital experience. Now, when you enable digital experience, these options now will be available for you. So you can click on all sites. When you go to all sites, you'll be able to see each site that you've created before, or if it's the first time, it's going to have no site. So for me, the portfolio that you are viewing here, this one, is this one that is currently listed here. But now for the purpose of this walkthrough, we're going to create a new one from scratch so that you guys get to see how you get to have a portfolio that looks nice from scratch. So I'm going to create a new one. Oh, something else that I almost forgot. Sorry, let me just go back. Sorry, it's going to take a minute to load, but you need to go back. So you guys notice that this URL for me is it's giving my name and some other things that you see there. So it's very important that your portfolio has your name, because when you send it to somebody, they need to be able to see, oh, it's Kevin Rono who shared this link. Like, it's something that kind of feels personal to you. And then at the end of it, it has that part where it says portfolio. Like, it's like somebody can just figure out this is Kevin Rono portfolio, so it's his portfolio. So for that, you need to change your domain, because whenever you create a developer org or a trailhead playground or something, you're always going to have something like Playful Koala, that URL that comes here. If you're watching your org, it's going to be something Playful Koala, Creative, whatever, some random names. So to change that to something that is custom to you, you are going to search for custom domain. So you want to change your domain, and this is normally what you pay for. For example, if you want to have www.kelvinrono.com, that is the domain that I pay for. But since Salesforce is providing it for us, it's going to add some of the custom things like dev ed, which means developer edition, and this part where they say it's from Salesforce. So you're going to have dev ed .mysite.com, then portfolio. So when you search for domain, you are going to go to company settings. You may remember that from your developer admin exams or something, preparations. You're going to go to my domain. Now, when you go to my domain, guys, if I'm speaking too fast, please, I have a tendency of speaking too fast sometimes and maybe not explaining things in detail. If I'm quite fast or you don't understand anything, kindly you can just speak up or type on the chat. Then one of the team will let me know. Yeah. So my domain. So when you come to my domain, you are going to click on this edit. So of course, it's not going to look like this one because this is my custom domain. It's going to be like something. Yeah. Somebody speaking. Somebody has something to say.
Not really. Continue.
So we go on. So when you get here, just delete everything that is here. Type your name, for example, Diego Simons. I'm not going to change my domain. I'm showing you something. So Diego Simons. I really hope there is no Diego Simons who is using it. So it will add this. It will add that dev ed. Then click. It's available. So I can deploy my site to have this name. So for you, you're going to use a name, and then notice that for this, I did not do Diego space Simmons. Notice that there's this space. You are never going to see a space on a URL. It's always going to be either separated by hyphens or underscores or slash or something. Slash is when you are going to display a different name. Hyphen is maybe something on the same page or something. So notice that it's not going to be this, because if I try, I think it's going to be giving me an error. Yeah, your domain cannot can include up to something and something. So the error is you cannot have spaces. So have that. I think underscores are allowed. Let me just check. Nope, not allowed. So you're going to use strictly hyphen, or you can just leave it the way it is. You can say your name like in full without having something else. So that's allowed. That's available. But for readability, I suggest that you have that hyphen between your names, because it's easier for somebody to read Diego Simmons rather than this Diego whatever. So you get the point. Then after that, click on save. I'm not going to click on save. I'll cancel. When you click on save, give it like 2-3 minutes. It will give you on the same page. Just wait on the same page. It will send you an email on your email, and then it will tell you your site is ready to deploy. And then when you refresh on this page, there'll be a button that is somewhere here. Maybe you might need to scroll a bit, but it's going to be on the same section, like that. This domain details. You're going to see a button that says deploy domain or cancel deploy. So just deploy, and then now it will change, and it will automatically change everything for all the sites. For even your homepage is going to change. So once you do that, you can now go to your portfolio and start building. Any questions so far? If you have a question, just type, and one of us will check and let me know. So that's something we have done. Now we've enabled digital sites. We've created our custom domain. Yeah, Nuru Jamii, please go ahead.
Kevin, can you minimize this thing?
Thank you very much. I don't like it.
Me too. It's so distracting. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Somebody's calling. I hate you. No, I don't hate you. So we've done this. So now we can go back to digital experience, or just search for all sites if you know what you're looking for. Like it's under digital experience. But if you forget, just search for digital experience and you'll be able to see it under there. So just remember all sites and it will be good. So we are going to create, now once you have done all that, go and create a new site. Now we are going to create something from scratch, and let's hope that we'll be able to complete it. Now, I said this before, you don't need to know how to code. I'm going to show you guys how to use AI for the right purposes. For those of you who know how to use AI, you know that the right prompt gives you the right outcome or the right response that you want. So if you know how to prompt it, it will give you exactly what you want, or something close to what you want. So there are these templates. There are these let me call them templates for now, that you can use. Like it's a template for a website that when you click on this, it's going to look something like this. Then you can now customize it from there. So something that may have not been mentioned before. Notice that this is LWR. That's Lightning Web Reactive or something. So this one is for people who are extensive in coding. So just avoid anything that has LWR. Avoid this. So like this, build your own. That's something that you'd want to start from scratch and start building it from writing code. So don't do that. Take this custom account portal as a template, as like a baseline for what you're going to be doing. It's going to give you like some sections that are default. Okay, we are going to do away with everything that is there, but we are going to have some sections that we can work with. If you don't understand what I'm saying, don't worry, we are going to do it. So for you, I suggest you select custom account portal, then get started. Then when you are here, this name for context is going to be, just give me a minute. I'll show you that when it's loaded. It's loaded. So this name is something like you're going to use to identify your site. So maybe you're going to have different sites. One day you're going to have a website for maybe a Salesforce developer or Salesforce administrator, or you're going to have a site for maybe virtual assistant or something. So you can say maybe Kevin, virtual assistant. So name this as something that you're going to use to identify your site, because you're, for some reason you may have a lot of sites that you need to share with different people. Kind of like your CV. Sometimes you have a CV that is you're naming it Salesforce administrator. Then there's a CV that you're naming it something else, because you know when I'm applying for this job, I'm going to use this CV. When you're applying for this job, this is the CV that I'm going to use. So for context, this name is this name. So you're going to use it to identify. So just be descriptive enough for you to know that I'm working on the site for something else. So I'm going to just leave it the way it is, for example. And then this last part is going to give somebody context of what you're doing. For example, my website is saying portfolio. So for example, right now we are doing with portfolio. So I suggest use portfolio. But whenever you're going to do something else with the experience site, just label it as something else. Maybe it's going to be customer support or something, label it as that. Because this ending part is going to be like, it gives context to web crawlers, to you, to search engine optimizers. Don't worry about that. Just use something that you feel like is relevant to what you're doing at that moment. So now we have this. Oh, this URL is in use. Okay, now I can't use another portfolio. So let me say site. Okay, that's not okay. Let me use something like CV, because it's basically the same thing. So you see, like the way I said portfolio, this one is going to end with CV. You understand where that is coming from? So we are here now. Just give it a second to build. And then I think if this loads, I don't remember the next page, but now you have your workspace. And this page, for some of you, you might need to come to this administrator page. So whenever you want to come to this page again, because most of us may get lost, you can come and click on this workspace. Whenever you're on your experience site, click on this one. It will bring you back to this page. Whenever you want to come back here, maybe you want to do something, and I have a feeling some of you will come back to find this administration. Let me get my charger, just a second. Oi, shika simu jaga nipigie. Jana. So sorry for that. Let's go on. Where were we? So we were here. At some point of your troubleshooting and trying to figure out things, you might want to come up to this page. So I just wanted to show you guys where you get to that page. You're going to use this workspace. So, but mostly when you're building your portfolio, go use this one. So that is what you're going to select, builder. So this, clicking on that is the same thing as clicking on this. Let's go on. Okay. Now, before we start, let me just highlight a few things here. We have this preview. Whenever you've built something and you want to see how it would look for somebody viewing your website, you are going to click on preview. So if you preview this page, it's blank, so it's going to like look exactly as this, like from here, from where you see home to the end. That's exactly what it's going to look like. So when you want to publish, and I suggest that the first thing you do when you get here, just try to publish. And then there are these floating icons here. The first one is what you're going to use to bring in components to your site. The second one is what you're going to use to change your theme, which you might not use a lot. You won't use that much, maybe a few things you can check there. This page you won't use a lot because it's just the structure of your pages, and you're going to use your navigation bar. Then these settings, very important. Let's go back. Let's go to this one first. We start from here. Now, the whole reason of having a portfolio site is that you can share it to somebody else, and then the person who you're sharing it to most probably it's going to be the first time that they are going to see it. So they don't need to log in to be able to see whatever you're doing. And by default, Salesforce, they go by this principle of minimum access. You give minimum access to, you give just the right amount of access to somebody. That's why if you don't click on this button, which says public access, nobody, you can share this link and they'll not be able to see anything because you've not given them access. So very important, before you do anything, just come and click on this one. So guest users can see and interact with your site without logging in. That's what a potential employer is going to do. They are not going to need to log in. You'll just maybe you've attached your link to your CV and maybe they click on it and they don't need to log in to see your portfolio. So that's why this is very important. So the first thing I suggest you do when you come there, go to settings, click on this one of these floating items has a gear icon. Click on this, go to settings, then you're good to go. And I really suggest that whenever you do some few changes, just publish, because if you refresh the page, sometimes you might lose the things that you are working on. So let's start. This is where we are going to be using mostly to get our components. There are these different types of components, tabs. You can drag, and whenever you see, okay, if I drag, you'll see that when I bring it somewhere here, you see it highlights. So if I leave it here, it won't paste it anywhere. But if I drag it and leave it, you see, if I leave it here, it won't show. But if I leave it here, it will show up there. Sometimes it takes a second. So that's what I'm saying. Like whenever you're dragging these things, don't sweat a lot. You have seen how to drag it. So let me just delete and then we get started. Now, I mentioned that we are going to start from scratch. So let's just get rid of everything that is on this page and then we start. So I've removed that. We can remove this one also. Which one has open cases? Okay, yeah, just remove this open cases. Delete this one also. Delete all the components that you currently see because you are not going to use them. You don't need them on your site, and some of them will not even display the data that is shown. Okay, so here we are. I think I will also delete this. Perfect. So now we have this blank thing, which when you preview is blank. So whenever you see this template header, these things that are here, don't worry about them. They are not going to show. Like it's just going to be a blank page until you add something on any of this. That's the thing that is going to show. So don't worry about whatever you're saying here. That's just the layout. It's like a guideline for you. Like you can add something here, you can add something here, you can add something here. So let's just go quickly over that rich text component that we started with. So a rich text component is something like Word. You can use it if you can edit things on Word. You can use rich text component very well. For example, if I click on this, I can maybe select on this text, make it bold, make it center aligned or left aligned, center aligned. I can click on it again to edit, maybe change the font. I don't want to take a lot of time on this. I just want to show you that you can use rich text to do some things. If you ever want to have a title or something, you can use rich text. But then, since we are going to use some bit of code, we don't need this really. So that's the component. The rich text also, you can use it to add images, just like normal Microsoft Word works or Google Docs works. That's how that rich text component works. So for you to have granular control, for you to have the space, the ability to have this custom like pills, they call them pills or something. If you want to have a custom thing like that background that is here, this name that is here, the color that is here, these small icons, for you to have this control, you need to have use a HTML tag, HTML editor, which will give you you can use normal text and then design it. For example, if we just drag the HTML component here, the HTML editor here, it's going to give us something like a template. If you preview, you use this HTML editor to add your markup. Now, HTML is hypertext markup language. Again, if you don't understand anything, you don't need to. To build a portfolio, you don't need to understand all this. So What you're going to do now, it's time to go and prompt our CV, our AI, and get some code that we can display here. You see, this is the code. And how it's going to display, it's only the black text that is going to display. Everything else that is highlighted in other colors is not going to show. So, for example, I just created Cloud AI, and we are going to use something. So before this, I created a prompt that we're going to use, and it's going to be shared in a few seconds. I think Mercyline can share it on the chat so that somebody who's going to follow along, you can use that prompt to basically paste it, and let's see what happens. So I have it somewhere here. So I have it here. So this is the prompt. I'll copy this, and Mercy, you can just help me send this to them. Now let's go through what this prompt does. So this is kind of like prompt engineering. You give the best prompt to get the best results. So we're explaining that we are going to tell the AI that you are an expert Salesforce recruiter, and I want to build a portfolio that impresses you. Like now, he's going to judge your portfolio. So if the AI wants to judge your portfolio and it's an expert Salesforce recruiter or admin recruiter, it's going to build something that is going to impress a Salesforce admin. Yeah. So I will upload. Okay. So this is the next part. I will upload my CV. Help me generate a portfolio section for my experience website. Experience website. We're giving it context. We are going to be building our portfolio on an experience website. Yeah. For context. Maybe just mention Salesforce. Salesforce experience website or site. So, but the way the prompt was is perfect. It will work well. I'll be using. Oh yeah, we mentioned this here. So let me just leave it the way it is. I'll be using Salesforce experience site to build my portfolio. So you are just trying to explain to AI what you want, what you are doing, then what you are trying to achieve. You understand? So the more detailed your prompt is going to be, the easier it is for it to generate something that you really want. Now, I'll be using HTML editor component, which is the component that we are talking about here. It's an HTML editor, and it's a component because we got it from here. So I'll be using HTML editor component for each section. So we are going to build this portfolio in terms of sections. For example, this part is going to be like a different section. When you go to this part, it's a different section. When you come to this part, it's a different section. When you come to this experience trail, or the whole of this is a different section. When you come to this part, it's like a different section. Like you're trying to make it modular so that you can always edit one part of it and keep the rest of it looking the same. You understand why you are going to use sections in our website. For example, if you just visit any website, you'll notice that it has like sections. Okay, some of them may not have, but you get that feel. You get that feel when you're moving. You feel like you're entering somewhere else. Like for example, when you're coming from here, you feel like you're going. Okay, this feels like something new, or maybe it's one thing because of the background. You feel like it's one thing, but you feel like this is kind of different because it's on a card. When you get here, you feel like this, like it feels like a different thing. Then you keep going. You feel like okay. When you get here, you feel like I'm going to something else. You see, that's what you're trying to achieve. Like you're trying to make these things into some small sections where you can explain to AI what you want. And then if it gets one part right, you keep that one. When you want to go to the next section and it doesn't get it right, you can edit only that section and keep the one that you already like. So I really hope it's making sense. So something else that you can say to the AI, it's okay. I'm going to use HTML editor component for each section, which does not support HTML doc type. Now, it's very important we say this because if you just prompt normal AI, let me just quickly, I need to give you an example of why I had to say that. Giving me HTML code landing page. Okay, notice that this prompt is very generic. It's very short. It's not descriptive. That's why it gives me all this. You see this this doc type. This is what I mean. The component that we're using, this one, does not support this part. You cannot copy this code and paste it there and paste it on this component. So that's why I'm going to say this HTML editor does not support HTML doc type. That's why I said that. And then it also does not support style tags. Style tags is going to be, I think there's style, yeah, there's a style tag here. Style tag is this one. So the one that you're using does not support this. And don't worry about understanding all this. I'm just giving you why I'm building this this prompt the way it is built, because you need to give it something that makes sense. And we are going to, I think this prompt has been shared. You can use that prompt as the baseline. Then from there you can continue. Once your AI understands that you are not going to need HTML tags and style tags, it won't give you those. So now for this website, use the primary color. This is now something like, okay, let's just segment this. Now for this website, you're going to use the primary color. This is the primary color that I chose. You can, this is where now you get personal. You pick your color that you like. If you are a Kamba from Kenya, just pick your normal yellow and green. If you are any other person from any other tribe and you want to use your colors, please do. You can use red, green, but red is risky. Especially don't use red and some other colors that are dark. For example, a dark green, a darker shade of red. Okay, this is something about colors. So just pick the colors that you want. So primary color is going to be the color that is mostly visible on your site. For example, if you go to Salesforce, the color that you see mostly in Salesforce is like blue. These colors or something. When you hover on something, when I come here, it changes this text to kind of black. Now, that black is what we are saying. It's the secondary color here. So we are telling AI, primary color is going to be emerald green. Secondary color or accent color is going to be, let's just say purple, for us to get that context. Yeah. Like for you to get that idea of primary and secondary color. So like I said, if you come to this, primary color is what is going to be seen normally. When I select on this tab, I see blue. That's the primary color. When I hover on this, I see black. That's the secondary color. It's like it's complementing the primary color. It's going to help the primary color for your website not to be boring. So you have this. Now you've added your primary color, you've added your secondary color. Then there's something else that I noticed. It's going to, AI likes to cite things. So I'm telling it to avoid using cite. There's a point where it gives some citations. You'll see that if you don't write this, you'll see that okay, I really wish I had an example of that, but sometimes it writes something from your CV, then says cite line 59 or something. Like it's trying to tell you where it got that text from in your CV. For example, if you'd seen this part where I say my name, it might add some text after my name saying site line, site maybe 723. It's telling me it got this name from line 7, maybe the 23rd character. So we want to avoid that because your CV is your CV and you don't need to cite it anywhere. So that's why you are using this part. Do not use cites and do not. I don't need citations for this build. Now, the reason why I've taken a lot of time on explaining this small piece of prompt, it's because once you get this part right, all the other parts is going to be very easy. Let's put this into practice and see how it's going to be easy. Now, for example, if you are going to prompt it this way, you would have tried, let's just copy this code and add it on our experience cloud. I know it will fail, so let's save. And then it says markup does not include supported, markup includes, the markup includes unsupported tags or attributes. Then again, for somebody who doesn't know some things about programming, maybe an issue to identify which tags are not supported. So that's why I am providing this prompt to help you guys avoid. So you see, it already knew it's giving us a clean snippet that doesn't have doc type and HTML. So the problem with just prompting AI this simply is because it gives you something that will not work. That's why we are taking a lot of time talking about this very simple prompt, but it's going to be very efficient. Now, let's see. Go ahead and oh, sorry, I did not attach my CV. So let me just click on this button, attach my CV. I'm going to get a very random CV that I have. I have like 10,000 CVs. So this SA Salesforce admin, and this one has a date, so not that one. Okay, let's just use this one. Okay, so I'm attaching this, then send it to it. So I think it's because we said I will provide a CV. Oh, I was supposed to provide a CV, but it's good that it told us this. But it's giving us a confirmation that it got our explanation: green, purple, no doc type, no CSS. Then the structure to impress recruiter, like it got what you want. Yeah. Now, great. So it's gotten our CV. So I'll create the section for you. It's going to create a hero. For context, this is the hero. Like the hero is going to be like maybe a brief introduction of who you are or something. So it's going to get all that from your CV. Then maybe aside for a section for your experience, a section for your projects, a section for your skills and certifications. Again, the reason why I was insisting on having such an elaborate prompt is because now whenever you are here, maybe you want to tell it, no, I don't need it on my landing. I don't need the experience on my landing page. I just need maybe contact me on my landing page. So it will, you can easily now just prompt that, like you can now have a conversation, a normal conversation with AI. Just tell it, do this, do this, do this. You don't need to be as detailed as this again, because you've given all the details. Now it's your time to wait and see what it generates. Then if you like it, you paste the code here, and then you see it on your website. So if it will just complete generating, so it needs to analyze my CV, build the 4 sections, and then give them to us. Again, I said, it's very important that your first prompt is as detailed as this one. Okay, and these things are important. I really hope that you can mention this, because it's going to reduce a lot of debugging for you. And okay, doesn't support doc type and styles. And the reason, okay, how I knew this is because I took some time trying to debug. And something else, give it some colors so that it doesn't generate something random for you. And also this one is also because I've been doing this for quite a while, and I've seen sometimes it gets annoying. It tries to give you some things that you don't need. So let's see if it's generated something. Oof. Now we wait patiently. If there's any question for now, somebody who has a question or anything, just take your time to say something. If as we wait for this code to generate. Anyone, anything? Okay, am I speaking too fast? Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Is it making sense? I need some sort of a way to know that it's making sense. Anybody can speak, or this, yeah, something like that, a reaction or something. We have like 23 people here, so I'm expecting. Okay, if there's something that you feel like you do not understand, or anything that you want to clarify or something. Okay, no questions, no clarifications as we wait. Sorry guys. Upgrade to keep chatting. I don't know. Cloud code. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but okay, nice. This is what it's giving us for these sections. So hero sections, it can tell me to download. So for the hero section, I don't see the hero section. Let me just click here. Nice, I can just click on this. So this is the hero section, and I mentioned that emerald green is going to be a primary color. So it got all these things from my CV. It got my name, it got this administrator, and for you guys, the reason why we are prompting it very well and giving it our CV is because I created Cloud AI today. It didn't know my name, didn't know anything about me, but this is my first chat actually with Cloud AI. But it already has this name. It knows that I'm open for opportunities, basically jobless, but in a very, very mild way. Okay, and then something about you from your CV. 3 years experience with Salesforce, which is kind of a lie, a soft lie. 2 Salesforce certificates from my CV. Deliverable accuracy. Maybe I've delivered 100% of my projects. So there's this button to view the live demo. See my LinkedIn. If you are impressed with what you see, you can go ahead and copy the code. Then let's see this experience part. So now notice something I mentioned about the colors. To avoid your page looking so boring, you need to have at least 2 colors. So you have this color, and then for this one you have a color, and then it has maybe a third color. And I think these two are highlighted because they are the most relevant in my CV. So my CV has a, okay, you see, when we mentioned this part, you are an expert Salesforce recruiter. We told it that we want you to recruit us as a Salesforce admin. So it's going to get the most relevant things from my CV to Salesforce. I have, if I open my CV, you'll see that I have other experiences, but they are not mentioned here. Maybe something that may be relevant is something about this IT specialist, because the system administration, which kind of looks like Salesforce administration. So that's why it's here also. Now I think I like this part, but I don't like this other part. So now that's where now you come to converse with your AI. I like this part, but I don't like the hero. Like I feel like it's full of green or something. Anybody who has a suggestion or something to say, but we can just copy the code and paste it, then paste the whole thing and see. So let's see what it did for our projects. So okay, for our projects, it did the same thing, kind of like what it did for hero. But okay, notice that these colors are coming primarily from what you gave it. So it's very important that you mention colors that you like, because they are going to be on your CV. And it's getting all this. I think I like this card. It looks nice, and it's also giving these pills. Sorry guys. It's giving us these pills for the most relevant things coming from this project. It went through the description I have on my portfolio for this project, and then it's giving us what is most relevant to this experience. This part, all this comes from where we said you are an expert Salesforce recruiter. And quite frankly, we've done most part of what we are going to do with our portfolio. So the most part we are going to do is this part where we are prompting it and where we are going to set up the portfolio. And right now you guys already know where you're going to be pasting this code. So now most of the part is done. So the rest will be only creating the navigation bars, which will take like 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. So don't worry about feeling like we haven't done anything, but we've done most of the part. Now, there's this also maybe a project that I had on my CV. It gave us this. Notice the colors. We are going to have a mix of those colors. And then whenever it's not using those colors, it's going to make sure that those colors are visible somewhere. So there's this green, which is, I think this is a gradient color, starting from green, ending with the purple. So it's a gradient that is fading away. We have this color and this color. Notice the colors that we said, and then understand the importance of this prompt. Now, it also gives some of the experiences in the pills, but I'm going to mention this. Maybe you can just change the pill color, background color to, if it's green, if it's going to use green, maybe the pills should be like more of this purple. If you're going to use purple, change the pills to this color. But that's okay. We can keep it the way it is for simplicity. Now, I don't see something I can change for now, but whenever you need to change something, let's just try to change the pills. Okay, I'm calling these pills because they are called maybe tags, pills, or something. Like they're called all those names. You can know it from somewhere else as something else. So they are called tags or pills. So I'll tell it for experience, please use opposite colors from the card. The card is basically the whole of this thing. Or you can just say for the section, for the, if you don't know the technical names, you can say for the experience entry. Like this is something somebody who does not know about code would say. So for the experience part, please use opposite colors for the experience entry in the tags highlighting key skills. Generate that, and let's see. Okay, let me just explain this further for it. For example, if the BG is emerald, use green for the tags. Okay, let's see if it will get. Oh, I hit my. Oh shit. Okay, let's just do with what we have. And if you are using something like Gemini, that's why I prefer to use Gemini, because it doesn't get these limits so fast. So let's work on how you get this code to your website first. Then we'll get to how you can work with them. Because once we have the code, we can always use another AI to explain to it that do something else. Do something else with this code. So we have downloaded. Okay, it's good that we downloaded this. Okay, I'm not downloading the code itself. So sorry, guys. Okay. Sorry. Instead of clicking download, click on this thing that looks like a code. Okay, there's this button that says copy. Sorry, guys, it's the first time I'm using Cloud AI. I'm trying to figure out all these buttons and everything. So there's this preview and there's this code thingy. You can click on this and maybe copy manually, or just click on this button to copy. I'm quite sure this copies it. Never been here before, but I'm quite sure that copies the code. So delete, paste. Thank you. We got the code, and it has this. This is commented out, so this is not going to show on your code, but it's going to help you know what this code does. This is the section 1, hero, about something. Paste into your HTML editor on your experience site. Okay, that's what we just did. So it's like a description of what you're supposed to do. Then save. Basically, we should be able to see exactly what we saw on this page, on this one. So let's see if we got that right. So we got this. And then if we preview, so I know you guys are asking why it didn't go to the far end, like it didn't expand to the end and the end. But we can always use another AI to do this, to change this. So let's go to Gemini or just ChatGPT, give it the code, and then let's try to get this code that we have pasted here, this one, and let's see if it will understand, because AI is AI, so it will do the same thing. Don't feel the obligation to pay for AI, and always use the other one that is available for you. Let's see if it will get the code, and nice. Okay, gets the same code. Let's wait for it to generate. As it generates, we can get the other code and then paste it. Okay, now you've gotten this this first code, the first section. Now you want to bring the other section in. Come here, get the HTML editor component. Then as you're dragging it, just notice that when I come here, it highlights this as green. Maybe it highlights this as purple or something. So let me add it here because I realized the mistake that we did. So guys, this header, this component, it's this big thing. I don't know. Let me just remove this and show you what I mean. Okay, it says I want you to read this part, that this purple part. It says template header button or something. So you don't need to paste that one there. You paste it on where it says content header. So whenever it highlights as green, just drop it. You've been holding your while you are dragging, so just drop it there. Oops, sorry. So I'm going to drag it here and drop it just there. Okay, nice. So you see it says template header on top, so I've just copied that code and brought it down. This is going to be like a template header. So for template headers, you're going to talk about that when you're talking about filters, so don't worry about that. So you have this other markup. So we click on, okay, you click on the tag that the HTML editor component that you dragged from here, which is currently now on the page. You can click on it like this, and then click on edit, or while it's selected, click on it again. It opens this place. Remove the code that is there, and then paste the one that you want. For example, you're going to paste this one. So like we said, it's going to have a preview section and a code section, or just click on this button to copy the code. You don't need to see it to know that it's there. So copy that, come to this one, paste, and voila, you have that section on your page. So if you preview this, we have a section that is running from maybe the first section. And then after that, we have career history. After that, maybe we have another component here. So go back to builder. So you guys get the point, huh? You get what you're doing. Like come here, paste it. Okay, if I paste it here, it's if it's anywhere below half of it, it's going to paste below it. Does it make sense? Like English is getting tough. Okay, for example, let me I'm zooming out so that you can see. If I drag if I can manage to drag this component, if I paste it anywhere past the middle of this, anywhere on top of it, it's going to paste it on top of it. Like you see, it went on top of it. If you drag it and try to drop it anywhere past below the middle, like below, it's going to paste below it. So you don't need to worry about where you're pasting it. Like as long as it's somewhere you feel like, if I want to paste it below it, I can just okay. Let me try that again. Let me drag it and then show you guys. We are here. This is the HTML editor. You want to drag it anywhere below it, so I can just drop it here because I know it's past the lower half of it, so it will just drop this one below it. If I wanted to paste it above it, I could have come here and dropped it somewhere here, and it goes above it. You know.
Yeah, Kevin, there's someone who Rodrigo has a question or maybe something to say.
Okay. Rodrigo, please go ahead. Your mic is on mute.
You're muted.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, my cat just jumped on my keyboard. I have no questions.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He has no question. Okay, we can continue. So you guys, if I'm taking too much time to explain something that is obvious, just let me know. Then we can go to something else. But I feel like we have so many people who are non-technical here, so we can just try to be as easy as possible. So there's this other section where we feature our projects. So copy the code like before. You can decide to copy it manually or just press on this button, which is here, and then you see copied. Then come here, edit markup. Then from there, I'm going to suggest that we go to something else, and then we're going to use a different AI to. Sorry. So you guys get the point, huh? You've prompted your AI, and it looks. I think okay. I can keep this, but I don't like the font. I think it's I'm going to use Consolas, the one that I use for. I don't know if this code. Okay, I like this font. I like the way the C looks like it's like a good C. R, like this font looks nice. It's called Consolas, so I'm going to use that one, or mono something. So I'm going to maybe change the fonts because okay, I won't change it manually. So go back to builder, edit. There's a place where they say font family. This one. So you don't need to understand. You can just tell AI, I don't like this font. Just use another font, and it will give you some other font. Okay, so when you preview the site, so far we've built something from not knowing how to code. This is something that we have so far, and to be fair, it looks nice considering we haven't written any code. It looks nice. If you guys have some reviews, something to say, now would be a very good time to give us something to say or something that you feel like we can change about this. We use that as an example of how you're going to maneuver when you're working on your project. So if you feel like we need, okay. We were talking about changing the color of these pills. Where were they? These ones. So we used ChatGPT. We told it to give us the prompt. So let's just copy this code because it's completed, and then let's see what it did if it understood what we were supposed to do. So I'm going to edit this part because that's the code I gave it, and then I explained something. So I told it to flip those. So let's paste and see if it understood. Okay, it's still using the same thing and it got rid of a lot of things. Okay, so that's where conversation comes in. First off, you change the code. I only need the part in the okay. I can't type and talk at the same time, so I'll just type and then explain. So I only need the part. I'm trying to explain it simply how somebody else would explain. So I'd have just said the pills or the tabs or the tags, but the part where you highlight key skills to have different color from the main card containing it. So let's see if at fair point I didn't get the redesign. Okay, just the color too. Okay. Okay, this is so if it ever does something to you like this, or it gives you some half code or some code that you need to copy and then go inside somewhere, just tell it to do this. Give me the whole code so that I can copy and paste. The whole code for easy copy and paste. Copy and paste. So, and expect that. So as it's generating, let's go here and see. I think we have this skill section. Let's copy the code for the skill section, paste it. We are going to drag another HTML component, then drag it somewhere. So you guys have known why I can drag it here, and I know it will come down here. Good, thank you. So these are going to be my key skills. Let's see what it does. Okay, I like this part. I'm not going to change anything, but these pills, I'd prefer that if this card is green, let's have this part as blue, as purple. If this card is blue, let's have this part as green. That's what I'm trying to explain to the AI to give back to us. So let's get this. This was the skill section. So let's go back to experience builder. It was the second section. This which section? This section. So copy this, edit, paste, save. Okay, still did not get the idea. Okay, let me go to Gemini, which I I prefer. So this is the one that I use mostly. So let me just collapse this before you read my history, because my history is very embarrassing. So we lost the first code, but you can copy it from cloud. So this is the original code. So let's copy the original code and paste. Let me just give it time to reimagine. Reimagine this, but do not change the theme. Do not change the theme. Okay, I'm trying to be as less technical as I can and try to achieve the same result, because there's a kind of a prompt that if you type, it's going to give you something else. But I'm trying to be generic, like just something that anybody else can type. So let's see. Okay, which part did I copied the first part. I copied the first part. Was it the hero section? Okay, just to be sure, we're going to use another component. Let's just paste this one here, and then let's see what what happened. Let's see which section we copied. I think I copied the wrong section. Okay. I don't like the dark part coming from this side, so I can just tell it. Gradients. So basically, this is what you are going to be doing most part of your portfolio, since you don't need you don't need to code. If your first prompt was okay, you don't need to know how to code. You just talk to it, like get the code, come to your site, look at what you get. If you don't like something, just try to explain that thing. Okay, let's see. We told it to reimagine this. Let's see what was reimagined, and let's compare it to what was given to us earlier. So let's paste this one here. So yeah, so okay, if I can just zoom out, then okay, this looks I like this design rather than this one, so I'll keep this. But then okay, I like this, but okay, the bottom looks nice. I would keep this if it were not for the gradient. So I'm just going to tell it to remove the gradient, and that's okay. So let's see Did it generate the code? Still generating. Okay, let's give it time. So while that is working, while that is doing that, so ideally we've gotten the whole idea of how you get the code, bring it to your site, and then you get to visualize it. Then now after seeing it, you can maybe prompt the AI again to change something about it. Yeah. So what you can do next is I think let's talk to it and tell it to bring this this code to at least cover most part of the page, cover like at least to this part and to this part, like the width, cover most part of the width. So that's going to be the next prompt after this generates the full code.
Hi everyone. As we wait for
Oh,
the just a minute, Kevin.
Yeah.
As we wait for Gemini to generate
Gemini.
that or the
For Gemini to Gemini.
To germinate.
to germinate, guys. Relax.
Yeah, to germinate.
So I would love by a show of hands, because we are running out of time. So by a show of hands, like how, or just reactions, how many people like are we going to stay for the next maybe 15 minutes, and then we can have another session in a week or so? It's only Mercyline reacting, guys.
I also need to see the reaction.
Yes, Janet.
Sophie, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you the floor is yours, Kevin. I just wanted to know that so that people don't leave just like that.
Okay.
Okay.
How many are we? 21. We are keeping the numbers. People are not dropping
Yes.
off.
Yes. So
Thank you so
please,
much,
let's-
guys, for being here. So
maybe we can
basically,
do 30 minutes.
Yes.
We can do 30 minutes until 9:30. Then we can
Yeah,
call it a day. Then we can do another session, because I know we need another one. Like, this is really nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is nice. We decided to refresh the whole thing because you've been prompting it the whole day. So I expect it to get better.
It's hallucinating.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's fine. Just remove the gradient thing. Where wakale gradients. Gradients. What's background? Okay, I'm like trying to prompt it to redo what it had done, but remove the gradient. Okay, nice. This is nice, perfect. Let's wait for it to generate, and voila. Let's copy this and see what it looks like. So I told it to remove this. So let's just okay, I'm going to use another components so that we can see the difference between what you're prompting and what you are getting back if it's working. So let's paste. Good. I think this is better than this one. You see, this gradient thing is I don't know. I didn't like the gradient. So if you want to change the color, just tell it I don't like this background color. Use green or something. So also let's try to make it capture like the full a bit more of the width. So we can just say please use a bit more of screen size. For those who cannot use width, you can just say screen size. I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes and not use technical terms that you'd not think of when you're prompting your AI. So like screen size, that would something like that would you describe it as that. Okay, let's see what it generates. And then now I think from there, we can just leave the other things the way they are. I can just delete this one because I don't need it anymore. So I think, okay, I decided to keep this. It looks kind of nice, kind of dark theme or something, but it's going to be very contrasting with this one. So whenever you need to tweak those things, you can just work on it yourself, like converse with the AI, basically, yeah? So I'll just leave it at that. Then we go to other things that you need to know on building this portfolio to look something like to have different pages and so on and so forth. So we can leave it at this. So when you preview, we can have that and that. And then this one, we we need to get the original code for this one. So let's just see the width for this one. Okay, we are using a better screen width. Let's see if it gets more width on there. So it's this one. So I'm going, okay, for us to see the difference, we are going to add another component on top. And don't worry, before you deploy all this, nobody's going to see what you're doing. So nobody's going to see your trial and errors. So you see, this one is taking a bit more space, which is something I'd like, but not more than I wanted. So I could just tell it to take more space. Like you can just tell a bit more, like just say a bit more. Like you'll get the point. A bit. More width, please. Okay, you see, like prompting AI is basically after the first prompt, everything else is going to be very easy. And you see, oh, there's something else. This one was here, but now it's taking more width and it's going to give it this one. Now, when you try to view this on your phone, maybe it will crash. So sometimes just for this prompt, the first prompt I'm going to edit the prompt and give you guys, make it phone responsive. This one, where is it? Cloud. For this prompts, we need to add something. Make it mobile responsive. This one. So whenever you're going to make it mobile responsive, what mobile responsive means, whenever I'm viewing this on the phone, it doesn't have to like break some of the things. Like you see my name starting KEL, then it breaks from the screen, then completes the other thing on the other side. If it doesn't fit on the screen, just bring it down and write the whole thing down there. That's what responsivity means. Responsiveness means not responsivity. Hey guys. Okay, so okay, for example, please use a bit more screen size. And then we also prompted it a bit more width, please. So let's copy and see if it got what we are saying. The whole point of trying all these prompts is to show you guys how like it's easy to generate all these things. You don't need to know how to code. You just talk to your AI and it's going to do whatever you are asking it to do. So edit, let's paste. And the reason why I'm using different components for now is just for us to see the difference. You understand? Like you see, I'm telling it. So it started from here. I told it to use a bit more space. It got here. I was not comfortable with this, and I was like, yo, more space. And now I think I'm finally good with this. So I can now delete this. If it can just go away. Then delete this one also. So I think you guys are getting the idea of the first prompt is very important. Then the other prompts are going to be easy. So I'm going to copy this other section and tell it to match the previous one. Yeah. So edit, copy this code. And then since now it already knows the width that you want, say that's okay. Okay. Do the same for this section. Then copy the code, paste the code, give it, and then wait for the response. Copy back the code, bring it back. So as it's generate, okay. I think from there you guys can be. I think we can comfortably say we've covered enough about prompting the AI. You've seen how you don't need to be so much technical to get the results that you want. Just the first prompt needs to be very important. And I keep saying that because the first prompt needs to be very important. It's going to be the baseline of everything that you're going to do. Now, the first prompt was good. We are getting something that is kind of nice. If you don't like the colors, you can always say you don't like the colors, but I like the design. If you want to, okay, let me show you something about editing these parts. For example, I don't want to be Salesforce admin. I want to be Salesforce administrator. So I can just click on this and then click on edit. Now, on this text, just look for where anything that is black. For example, this. For example, this. Now, I said system admin, so I'm going to scroll while I look for that. Okay, for me, it's going to be easy to scroll because I know where I expect to find it. But when you scroll, just look for the black text. Look for this, look for this, look for this. Then finally you find it. You can just click on that and then type Strator. Is that the spelling? Okay, then if I say save, I expect Salesforce administrator. Thank you. If you want to change this system opt normal, so this one was like wanted to give it like a developer vibe because it gives ID verified Kelvin Rono, it gives /lies. Those are things that a developer would have, and those are the kind of things that is getting from my my CV. So if you are someone like a health professional, it would try to use some things like health professional-ish. So this thing looks tech-ish because I'm in tech. This slash, they are used to comment out code. This system something, those are from things like command line, and maybe things like this. Like you see, these things come from places like here. Things codish things. You see, like you see how this command line looks like. So it's because of those. It knows from my CV. So if your CV is talking about health things, most of these icons that are most of these things that I'm going to show, they are like health related. These icons are going to be kind of related to what you do. Okay, if you're talking about service, it's used as an emoji. If you're talking about building, which DevOps and whatever does is building things, it's like it's going to give you a hammer, like you're a builder, Bob the Builder or something. Tech stack, it's going to use that icon of a computer. So if it's health, maybe to use those earphones of yours in health and other things. If any other field, like it's going to use things that are relevant to your field. So let's copy this. I don't remember where this code was supposed to go, but oh yeah, I think I remember. So this code was for which section? I think this section. So this one. So remove that, remove, paste, maybe save. Let's see. I really hope it did not mess with the colors. Okay, the mistake was mine. I told it to match what we have here, which kind of feels nice because it's matching what we have and our colors are still there, but it's giving dark theme mostly. So if I didn't want dark theme, you can just come and tell it that is used for dark mode. I want light mode, blah blah blah. You'll get the light mode of it, and then you'll come and copy the code, paste it here. You'll have light mode. So you guys get the idea. You see something you don't like, just explain. It will get it. So for now, I'm going to keep this because I like dark mode. So let's preview what we have so far. We have this. We have something that I don't like here. I'd prompt it to remove the this is usually called rounded edges, rounded borders, but you can explain. At the end, I see something that is curving and I don't like the curves, so remove the curves and it will remove the curves. So to avoid wasting much time on this, let's just copy the last part and maybe match it with what we have. Okay, the last part, we lost something also. So was it? Let me just say, this is the experience part. So experience part, let me copy this code from this part. Experience, but we've done experience. I think we've done experience. Yeah, we've done experience. So we are going to remove this one. Okay, we remove this. Then we come to certifications. I think I like it the way it is, but I want it to match. So now let's use this as an example of how you'd correct the mistake that happened here. You see, this one came with a dark mode, and I did not intend to have dark mode. So let's use this, and it's going to be an example of how you can tell it what you want. So make this match the first one, maybe match also, but keep a light background for this one. Very easy, very simple prompt. You have the code already. Maybe we got the code from somewhere, and we got this code because we had a very good prompt, and now we are building on that code. Now we have the code, we're just tweaking it. You're just copying the code, giving it back, and then explaining what you want to change, and you get it. So as soon as it completes generating, we'll be back there. So I want us to go to the next section of building a portfolio, where you can build another page, and then we have it on the navigation bar, and then we can remove the things that we don't want, and then we can build maybe a footer. Okay, the next thing is to build the footer actually. So let's build a footer before we go to this part, and then building a footer is going to take like 5 minutes, and then we are done. So I think the code is done. I'll copy, and then I'll come and paste on this last part, and we expect light theme. We don't expect it to be dark. If it's dark, we are going back to here and tell it you did the wrong thing. Okay, now you get the point. So this one it's matching the width, and it's keeping the light background thing. So if you did not want this one as dark, you could just say the same thing and you get this result. Now we are going to tell this AI, based on what you have so far, just generate a footer. generate a footer to match this theme. So for you guys, the footer is going to be that last part of a page of a site. Most sites have a footer where they talk something about themselves. They say, oh, copyright 2016 built for Salesforce ecosystem, like those things. So we're going to have something like this. Let's see what kind of footer it has. Keep in mind that where we pasted our CV was in cloud. We haven't given this one our CV, but it does know me because this is what I use. So let's come here. We drag another component, bring it to the footer. Okay, let's use footer templates, and then let's edit that, paste the code, and then save and see what the footer looks like. Should be able to match the site. Okay, so it's getting what we have, platform, resources, everything else. Like, okay, it's getting the theme from what we have. So if we preview, this is what we are going to have. But then, because I don't like this white section, I'm going to take this one and drag it to the footer, content footer section. Now let's see that. Okay, it still does the same thing. Okay. I think you can always, no, that's not about the content. It's about this part. So whenever you want to have something else, you can have, maybe, for example, if this was something that is not the footer, I could have it here and it could come on this side. Then you can have another sidebar. So that's what I did at this point. For example, when you come to this section, where I have this part, and then I have this other part. So that is what basically this does. This section does this one. So it has that something else here, and then you can have something else here. So if I can just, you can just drag something else here and paste anything. You'll have a section here and a section here. So you see how these ones are taking the full width. You can have something that has one part of it here, one part of it here. You get the point. So we've gotten how we can generate the code, how we can paste the code. So I think the next thing we go to how you can now have those different pages on the website. So so let's just say this is good enough for us. Maybe it's not the best, but it's something that you can work with for now. Now let's say you need to have a contact me page, or maybe let's go to about me page. So you're going to click on this, and then you're going to find this button that says new page. And I know some of you may not see this button because you'll be looking at the page this way. So, and you try to scroll and it doesn't show. That is because you're zoomed in. So whenever you don't see something, you don't see that button, just click on Control then minus to zoom out, or you can just zoom out any other way that you know until you see this thing. So click on it, then select a standard page. You can click standard page, then select new blank page, select flexible layout, and then click next. Now you can give it a name. So I'm going to create an about me page. Then I'm going to call this about capital me. This is an API name. So I suggest that you start with a small letter, and every other word that comes after that, use a capital letter. I'm not going to go into detail with that. Just do that style, or you can do whatever you want. Really, it doesn't for you're not going to use it everywhere, but for me, maybe I want to use it in another place. So I want to remember I used this format. So that's why you have to be consistent. So then click on the create page button, and now it creates a blank page which doesn't have anything. So for example, we go to this one. Then let me just provide the same CV so that we can continue with maybe I can just tell it to give me a home page, an about me page. So based on this CV and the theme we currently have, please generate an about me page. That's simple. Let's see what it gives us. Maybe if you want to tweak it, you can tweak it later on. Then I think we were here. So yeah, this one created, and then now notice that I created this thing on the home page, and already it is here. That is what footer does. And for footer, you don't need to have this carving thingies. So just describe to your AI that I don't want it to carve. You can say I don't want the component to curve at the edges. Maybe you just want it to be flat, but I'll just keep it that way because you can't keep on doing the same thing, and you have the idea of how to prompt it. So Let's see if it finished the code. It's finished. So this is the about me page. Let's get surprised. So I'm going to drag this this component, add it on the column, and then I'm going to say move this, paste this, then surprise us. What do we have here? Okay, it's giving a summary of who I am. I'm not an architect, I'm an admin. So that's something I added somewhere in my CV for no reason. Oh, and here's an example of that thing that I said about sites. You see, I haven't given this Gemini the prompt that it should avoid sites. So now you get the point where I said, do not, where is it? Do not use sites. Yeah, please avoid using sites. So on this one, I did not give it the initial prompt, so it did not get the memo. So it gave us something that has site. It's citing where? It's citing something on my CV. It's citing something on my CV. Citing something on my CV also. So I don't want this, so I can just copy this prompt. And then give it. And then say start with the about me page and use current theme. Nice. So now it has the prompt. It's going to avoid using sites. It's going to avoid all those other things like the way we had done it before. So let's wait for the code. I can just preview from here if it has something to do with sites. I don't see anything to do with sites so far. So I think it's getting the point. So let's wait for it to generate. I think it's completed. Then copy this. Let's paste it on our site. Remove all this. So whenever you see that site thingy, you can always edit it yourself, or you can tell the AI remove those things. So it's giving a rough overview of who I am. This is the about me page. Hey, Kevin, don't know who. If I wanted to change anything, I could just prompt it. I want it in light mode. Do light mode. Very simple. And it's going to give me this code when it's now not as dark as it looks right now. So that's the only thing that I'm going to change. Now we've created another page, and if we publish, let me just publish this, and then we are going to try and see what we'll see, what the user will see, and then we come and build that navigation bar. We have a very few minutes to complete this. I really hope the meeting will not kick us out. So let's talk about this navigation bar before we do anything else. So if you want to edit the navigation bar, click on precisely that part. If you click on this part, you're going to be editing something else. If you click on anywhere else, if you click on this, you're going to be editing that. So click on this box that is covering the navigation bar. And I prefer you do this. Okay, you can do this on this page, but you need to go and do it on the home page also. So when you click on that, click on this edit navigation items. I'm going to show you how to add a navigation item. So currently you see we have a navigation, we have support. That's why it's here. So you can remove it, then add another item. We are going to name it. We are going to say about me. Then the type is going to be a site page because we created a site page. So it's going to be site page. Then which file are we going to get? We are going to get the about me page, the very first one. Then make it publicly available. This is very important because if you don't make it publicly available, somebody is coming to view your site who is not logged in will not be able to see it. So save, and you should be able to see it here. Now, once you've done this on this page, you really need to go and do it on the home page also. But the good news is, if you do it on the about me page, any other page that you create will have the same design. But the home page, you do it separately. Now, let's say, for example, we need to remove some of these things. So I think we are going to remove these things from the home page. I don't know why I can select. We had this issue before with Brian, and I think I don't know if you got the solution, but having this solution. Okay, let me just okay, let's just finish with this one. So notice that this one has the about me page, but if you go to the home page, it doesn't have that page doesn't look exactly the same. So for the home page, it's always going to be treated independently, but all the other pages that you create, they are going to be like the same. The footer that you have on the other pages, it's going to be reflected on all the other pages. Oh, I don't know why this works for all of them, but it's good news. So if it works, it works. Don't touch it. So let's figure out how to get rid of these things. So I don't know why I can't select on this component, but hide app launcher, replace home text, personalize default navigation. Okay, I don't know why I can't select this one. I was trying to get someone to select it the other time, and we had this same issue. So let me see if I can get somewhere else to. So the meeting is ending. I don't know. I don't know if oh, it's locked. I think this might be okay. Top. I don't know if is a profile menu. I think this is where it's supposed to be, but I don't see why I cannot edit. So I think I'm going to figure that out until the next time. But basically that's what you do. If we deploy this, I really hope that the meeting will not drop us before we get to see what it looks like. Let me just go to my Gmail. Okay, as I'm going to open this Gmail, this thing, somebody else can please Margaret, please continue as I set up the because you have like 5 minutes.
Hey, it's okay, Kevin. Thank you so much. And let me show you something. Let me show you entire screen.
Yeah, let
Can
me
you
just
see this? Someone has already done theirs, and it's looking so good.
let me just I'll stop sharing, then I see. Oh, somebody was following along.
Yeah, and they've already done it. So
A win is a win. A win is a win.
it
That's a major
is.
win. I'm celebrating this win. Evan, are you guys celebrating
Thank
this
you,
win?
Kevin.
Thank you so much. Hi.
Congratulations, Janet. I saw that. Congratulations.
I wasn't
it
even
looks so
seeing this what you're
good.
doing, but I'm so glad that somebody was following along and it was making sense.
Look
Yeah.
at
Yeah, I
this.
love the fact
Look
that
at
you're
this.
able to scroll down a bit. You're able to click on LinkedIn and then it takes you direct.
Directly,
Yeah,
even
that's
Yes.
because
so
the link
Yeah,
is on your profile. The link
that
is on your
made,
CV.
that made
yes,
yeah, the link is on my CV.
even the
Yes.
email.
Yeah, I'm
How
so
proud are we today?
happy.
How proud are we today?
Thank
Hey, we are
you.
winning, Bana. I'm so happy. I'm so
Congratulations,
Thank
Janet.
you, everyone.
Good job.
Oh, this is
Good
so
job.
good.
yeah. So the few
Um,
things that we were not able to brush on, we can have
Mhm.
the final session after. But
Okay.
I'm so proud that somebody is
yeah,
following up.
definitely. We are going to have another session. We're going to put that together.
Thank
Now, this was coffee. Was it tea or coffee? We're going to have lunch now.
Lunch.
Oh, I'm glad that, but I really have to mention that.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Kevin. I do appreciate. I was following as well. And yeah, something is coming up from my side. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for everyone who joined. And yeah, I do appreciate. Kevin, you're a good teacher. Don't doubt that. And you can really talk, you know. I know if we let you speak, you
I
can
talk a
teach
lot, yeah.
us up to 11. But in the interest of time and keeping people interested, let's do this next time. So we are going to
Just a
organize.
minute.
Yes.
Angela, let me interrupt you, Kidogo. I think from this session, maybe Janet can take us through her portfolio in just 2 minutes before
Yeah.
we leave. Like live results is really amazing. We should have
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Because it's
Please,
happening right here.
yes, please, Janet, share your
Janet,
screen.
please. Hey, this is a very big win for us today. Nuru
Oh
Jamii
my
is winning,
God.
Bana.
Hey, you guys.
Please,
I was
please
Janet
just
share your
is Janet
screen.
is a graduate from today's class.
Yay!
So let me
Yes,
just
please.
do like that.
Okay,
Oh,
there we go.
so I actually enjoyed this. You know, I had created a portfolio using Experience Cloud, but I was doing it manually. If you could check my CV, there's a link I have that I created, but I took like how many days? Almost a week,
Oh my God.
just going on through
so in 2 hours and you're here.
yeah. But now it has taken me less than 2 hours. I'm so
God.
happy. So this is me. 10 years is in healthcare.